As the State Archives of Victoria, PROV holds maps, plans, documents and photographs ranging from the 1830s through to the 2000s. In this video, we'll show you how to get started when researching land and property within PROV's collection. So let's head to our website, prov.vic.gov.au. An obvious place to start is with a simple keyword search. There's a search bar at the top of every page of our website. Remember to use the language of the era and think about previous names and phrases used by the government. For example, Southern Cross Station was originally called Spencer Street Station. On the search results page, take a look at the description, series and agency. This will help you work out what kind of record it is, but if you're still unsure, we recommend using our subject search guides, which take you step by step through searching within different kinds of records. On our homepage, you'll find a link to our guide, Researching Land and Property. Here, PROV has collected popular searches. Each page has advice and tools to help you research. In Public Building Plans and Files, you can search for plans of buildings the public might use but are not managed by the government, like churches and sports ovals. If you're looking for places that are run by the government, choose Public Works Department plans instead. This includes prisons, hospitals and schools. You may also find some plans for bridges and roads here. Most of these records haven't yet been digitized. You'll see here the location of the record is our North Melbourne repository, so when you select the record, you'll need to either order a copy or view the original in our reading room. However, a small proportion are also online, allowing you to view them directly from the catalogue. One way to start locating records about Aboriginal mission stations and reserves is to go to Explore Archives by Topic. Then from the menu under Aboriginal Victorians, choose Aboriginal Mission Stations and Reserves. Here you'll find a search tool where you can choose locations from a drop-down menu. If the mission or reserve you're looking for isn't there, you can enter the name in the box underneath. If you have a name in both boxes, you end up searching for both keywords. So, to clear the place name from the drop-down menu, click on the space above Acheron. You'll find a wide variety of information through the search, including land files, maps and plans, building plans, photographs and letters. But bear in mind that this search tool is limited by the existing descriptions we have in the catalogue, and that there are more records relating to missions and reserves in the collection than what will show up here. If you want to find out more about the people who lived there, the page Aboriginal Victorians Family History includes a step-by-step research guide with useful links. Please be aware that the language used in the catalogue and website reflects historical record-keeping practices and may be inappropriate or offensive. To search for plans via location, the Melbourne and Metropolitan Board of Works plans, 1891 to 1970, are a good resource. These were initially intended to document water and sewage infrastructure, but we can get much more out of them than that. The detailed maps show the footprints of individual buildings and houses. Even outhouses and garden features get a mention, along with property names and descriptions of materials. Finding a plan requires a few steps. First, you need to know the name of the municipality. The boundaries and names are different to the councils we have today. Click the link for the Book of Index maps. On the first page, we can see the area that's covered, from Frankston up to Bulla. Now on the topic page, we enter one of these council names into search option 1. Sometimes the municipalities are spread across multiple maps. Here we have the bayside of Port Melbourne, while the northern part is included in this map. Let's zoom in. Each of these numbers corresponds to a map that we can order. For example, the larger blue number 17 covers this large rectangle, and the smaller blue number 379 is a more detailed map of a smaller area. Back on the topic page, there are different search tools for each of the different types of map numbers. Search option 2 is where we enter the small blue numbers. These maps haven't been digitized, so when you select the record, you'll need to order a copy or view it in our reading room. We have maps and plans dating back to the 1830s and the colonisation of Victoria. If you're interested in the non-Indigenous history of land ownership, or cadastral maps, take a look at our parish and township plans. They show the ways in which the government of the time chose to divide and manage land for the benefit of the first European occupiers and owners of these allotments. These actions forcibly dispossessed Aboriginal peoples from their own country. If you're interested in different types of geographic surveys and maps, the Historic Plan collection might be helpful. It includes the earliest surveyed maps of Victoria, like river surveys, explorer routes, gold mine diggings, and the establishment of telegraph lines, among many other things. The government surveyors were sometimes encouraged to use an Aboriginal name for the parish, so the earliest maps can include Indigenous words, although many were inaccurate and don't refer to the parish boundary. We also hold the Surveyor Field Books, which may offer more details about the naming of places. And there are mineral deposit maps, new road and train lines, and even coastal surveys that predate the place name Australia. Both the historic plans and the parish plans use codes in their record descriptions to provide information about what type of map it is and what the original purpose was. Click on the link for the Items Record series, then in the About tab, you see a list of codes used. For example, in the parish plans, CS means closer settlement, but in the historic plans, CS indicates a coastal survey, so make sure you check which series the map is part of. Note that the search tool uses the historical place names, such as the original parish names. If you want to search using current place names, try our online tool Map Warper. Go to Find Maps by Location, type in a place name, and use the map tools to fine-tune your search. Now on the left you'll see the historic and parish maps that match the area. Let's open this map. Click Preview to overlay it across the contemporary map. Using the transparency slider, we can see what's changed over time. Land Management Place Names is an interesting series that contains documentation of the decision-making process for the naming or renaming of streets, schools, parks and reserves, bridges and suburb boundaries in Victoria. It also includes unsuccessful renaming proposals. To find this series, type into the search bar Land Management Place Name Series. From the series page, you can browse, search, and select records to order. These records can show the significance and meaning behind local place names. The records we hold range from 1998 to 2010, but earlier records dating back to 1966 are held by Land Use Victoria, so try contacting them directly if you can't find what you're looking for. If you're after old land titles, go to Researching Your House. Here you'll find a guide for researching certificates of title and a guide to finding rate record books, which can give you information about the names and types of occupations of people who lived at a house and along that street. To locate residential building plans within the City of Melbourne local government area, go to City of Melbourne Building Plans and Permits 1916 to 1960. These are plans for private dwellings that were submitted to the City of Melbourne for approval when constructing or altering a building. This is a two-step search. First, use the instructions on this page to look up the application number in the index. Then, you can enter the number in the search tool below. Note that after 1960, these types of plans are still held by the local council. For 1850 to 1915 constructions, follow the link Notices of Intention to Build. These earlier records don't generally include plans, but will give you information about the date, address, details of the builder, and architect. And to look up a specific historic architect, ask our reading room staff about the Index to Architects named in the Notices of Intention to Build VPRS 9462. This index, which can be viewed on our microfilm readers, will give you file numbers for the architect's plans. We also hold building records from some other municipalities. The best way to find out if we have what you're looking for would be to try a keyword search, remembering to use the old council name. If you're interested in early to mid-century residential designs or social housing plans, check out the State Bank of Victoria collection. Do a simple keyword search for State Bank Victoria plans, then select the record series State Bank Victoria Archives, Map Plan Collection. Go to the Records Groupings tab. Number 2 contains the designs for Garden City, a residential development of public and private housing in Port Melbourne started in the 1920s. It was inspired by the international Garden City movement, which sought to provide a high quality of life to residents through personal and communal green space. Here we find original plans for the houses, the shopping centre and the subdivision layouts. And number 5 holds the house designs for the State Bank scheme, where, if you took out a mortgage with the bank, you could choose a ready-made design from a catalogue for free. These span 1920s bungalows through to 1960s modernist designs. You can browse, search and select records to order directly from the record series page. The State Bank collection isn't digitized, so when you select the record, you'll need to order a copy or view it in our reading room. You can access our photographic collections under Explore the Collection. Apart from the non-digitized photo collections, all these series are online. Let's start with the government buildings photos. Here you'll find schools, health facilities, courts, police stations, offices, zoo buildings, Parliament House and more, ranging from 1926 to 1965. Type in your keyword or phrase and your results will come up in the catalogue where you can view the photos in the image viewer. Also, try the Public Transport and Melbourne Harbour Trust collections. They're not just trains and docklands, but also buildings and environments from Sunbury to Mildura. You'll be surprised by the range of images these government photographers took in the 19th and 20th century. By default, our search bar will search our collection and take you to the catalogue. But you might want to also look at content on our website, such as journal articles and blog posts, to see if there's already been research into the place you're interested in. Choose Website before entering your keywords. So whether you're studying the history of a building, a community development, or a whole region, start your journey into the archives and see where your research might take you. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask our online inquiries team.